Alright guys, what's up? It's Grayson from GameOdyssey here, and today I thought I'd try something a little different. Thought I'd try one of these commentaries, because commentaries are getting really popular on YouTube right now, so shit, why not? So today I thought I would tell you guys about the time I had a teacher that told me she found one of my YouTube videos and she was not happy about it. Okay, so let's just start off by saying when I was in high school I had a really popular YouTube channel. Not like ridiculously popular or anything, but like I had 150 subs, which was like half the people at the school, and a pretty big Facebook following at the time. I mean, I literally couldn't go down the hallway without like underclassmen walking up to me and being like, "Hey man, aren't you that guy from YouTube?" "Yeah, I'm that guy from YouTube. Who are you?" And on top of that, it wasn't even just like underclassmen. It was people who were, grades ahead of me too. But anyway, I guess my YouTube channel got too popular. Let's just say I had a video on my YouTube where I was mocking a teacher. And in this video, I mean, I pretty much did nothing the whole class except for just make fun of her. And it got 1,000 views, which is a whole shit ton of views for, a small YouTube channel like mine. So later on that day, we're going to this teacher's classroom and, normal day. But then one of my friends comes up to me and let's just call this guy Ted. He's like, "Hey man, I have a funny ass idea." And I'm like, "Sure man, what's up?" And he pulls out these two like fake phones, like these two old ass like Nokia phones, right? And at our school, we can't have our phones out. It is actually against the handbook to even have a phone at school. So he pulls these phones out and he's like, "Alright, well we're going to pretend to text each other during class. We're going to pull the phones out and make it very obvious that we're texting, okay?" And I was like, "Alright, well what's the point in that?" And he says, "Well, when she comes up and when she tries to take the phones away from us, we're just gonna smash them on the ground." And I'm like, sure man, okay. Why not? We were kids at the time, might as well smash the phone on the ground for a few laughs at school. So about 30 minutes goes by the class. Keep in mind, there's only like 45 minutes in class. 30 minutes have gone by in class, right? And we are repeatedly making it obvious that we're texting each other during class, which we're not. These phones weren't even activated. They were just some shit Nokias. But we're making it completely obvious, and for some reason she just is not noticing it. So at the time we're reading To Kill a Mockingbird, which they made us read in school. And this teacher was so lazy that she just had it on an audio book and she's playing it for the class instead of reading it to us or making us read it. Pretty much we finally say, "Hey, I'll text you." And we're like having to like scream out that we're texting each other. And she finally comes up to the first guy, Ted, and she's like, "Hey, let me see that phone." And he's like, "No." And she's like, "Let me see it or I'm going to send you to the principal's office." And he looks at her and he smiles and he goes, "If I can't have this phone, nobody can." And he gets up out of his desk and he slams the phone down as hard as he can. And this phone goes flying into pieces. I'm talking about probably 100 pieces. Well, she goes, "Well, that was stupid. I don't see the point in that." And at this point, we're dying. Everyone in class is dying of laughter. And then, of course, she makes her way to the back of the room where I was sitting, and she was like, "Alright, Mr. Goodwin, you hand me your phone." So I go, "No way." And she snatches it. She grabs it up out of my hand. And I'm talking about we were wrestling over this phone for a good 45 seconds before she finally grips it out of my hand, or what she thinks is the phone. She grabbed the back of the phone. She grabbed the battery, pretty much. So I take what's left of the phone and I slam it into a million pieces and I say, "No one's getting my phone." And she says, well, you know what? This better not be on YouTube. And I look at her with confusion, and then I say, what are you talking about? And she says, I've seen your video with me. I've seen the video where you're mocking me all class long, and you think it's funny, and you've got a lot of views on it. And I'm like, yeah, so? And she said, so where's the camera at that's recording right now? She thought we were literally recording her at this very moment, which we weren't. That was just a one-time video thing. I insisted that it was just a one-time thing. She tells me she's not very fond of my YouTube channel. This isn't the first teacher that's, found my YouTube channel either. This is, the fourth or fifth. I'll save those stories for another day, though. But she tells me that she's not fond of my videos, which surprised me because, all the other teachers love my videos. She tells me she's not fond of it, and I was like, well, okay, I'm sorry. And then she says, if I find this video on YouTube, I swear to God, I'll call your dad, and then I'll make sure you get expelled. So at this point, I'm freaking out because pretty much she worded it in a way where if I get in any more trouble in her class, then she was going to call my parents. She kept telling me all throughout that year that, hey, I'm going to call your dad if you don't start acting right. A kid in high school, that's pretty terrifying, calling your parents. It's kind of funny now that I look back on it because my dad probably wouldn't have cared. But, I was terrified. There was no way that I was about to let this old bitch call my dad. Literally, she taught my dad. That's how she knew his number. That's how old this old lady was. But she apparently watched all my videos and didn't think my content was very good and didn't like it for some reason. But yeah, guys, that's the story about the first time a teacher had really confronted me and told me that they didn't like my content on YouTube. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this little story I told you today, then go ahead and hit that like button, and for you new visitors, please subscribe. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.